Here at the Pensacola Bay Baptist Association, we are blessed to have the Faith and Hope Counseling Ministry. Recently, I sat down with Dr. Thompson to address technology in the home, to discover what is the effects of technology and what can we do about it. Here's our conversation. I probably have 8 devices that are probably nonstop going at our house. Apple everything, tech everything, and now with teenage kids, everything's connected. Technology's going everywhere. What are some of the effects that can happen with technology into kid world, into raising kids? Just kind of share a bit about that.
So when we think about technology and kids, one of the things we're concerned about is social isolation, right?
Yeah.
Because they get all focused on their phone or their computer, and then they don't have real relationships. They only have those relationships that are very surface level, technology based. And so that's one of the concerns we have with them.
Because they're often kind of staying in the room the whole time. They only know people's expressions through emojis.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
And so how do you read real facial expressions? How do you read body language? All those things you learn in the context of family dinner, in the context of being in real relationships with real people face to face.
Okay, so there's relational concerns when it comes to technologies. Any other concerns kind of you know about when it comes for technology?
Absolutely. And so we think about that idea of emotional desensitization. So for kids who use technology to share, like, I'm going to break up with you,
Okay.
that now they're emotionally desensitized, or they'll say things on via text or on a social media platform that they wouldn't say face to face, but they're emotionally desensitized, and so they don't realize that that's inappropriate or that's hurtful to someone else.
And then that can carry on. They don't know how to relate to a friend or a boss or somebody when they get older because they were desensitized to technology younger. Got
Exactly.
it. All right. What else? Anything else out there?
So the significance of status online, of gaming status, of likes, of all of those things kind of becomes more important than real life.
Okay.
So who I am online is more of my identity than who I am offline.
Yeah. And I think for all of us, we're trying to raise kids that they know their identity in Christ.
That's right.
Not identity off of a likes or a tags or a follows and all that other stuff. Any other things that we really kind of need to know about for technology?
Sure. So we've talked about addictive tendencies, so that's sort of a no-brainer, right? And the social skills. And you know, with a lot of adolescents, that sleep deprivation is a huge issue, and adults too, because they're staying up later, they're on their phones, their computers all the time. And sometimes what we now know from research is a consistent connection with technology causes long-term sort of a brain fog, that your brain is not as efficient.
Wow. All right, so these are some issues that can be raised with technology. Anything we can do to respond?
Sure. And so I know a lot of pastors recently have been talking about, let's try to have some technology-free zones, you know, especially over the holidays. But, you know, consistently in our family lives, that's so important to have meal times, for example, that, you know, we're not going to have our phones or our iPads or our devices at meals. We're going to communicate with each other as a family.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, what else?
So for young children, we want to have some time every day where they play without technology. Play's the language of children. That's why we do play therapy. And so they learn social skills. They play being an adult, right? And so if they're only using technology, they miss out on all those things that help them developmentally to grow into functional adults.
So get out there and play.
Yeah.
So what else? What else can we do?
Planned breaks, right? Planned breaks away from technology, you know, longer breaks, maybe a weekend free, which is really hard for the adults.
Oh, that would,
right?
for everybody. That'd be tough. Okay.
Yeah.
But good. Okay.
Yeah. One screen at a time is good for the brain, like for kids, right? So we don't want them on 5 screens at once.
So you mean it can't have the Apple Watch, the iPhone, the Mac, and the TV going at one time?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I know. It's tough, right? Technology-free bedroom, right? Because that night's the sleep deprivation is huge. We're seeing more and more kids get in accidents who are driving because of being sleep deprived, decrease in academic performance. And so that's something parents can do to say, look, at nighttime, all the technology goes to its own space away from your bedroom.
And help your body and your brain relax.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly
Good.
right.
So good. Anything else out there?
Parents, you know, we all know about the parent monitors, and so for parents to
Oh,
be
yeah.
diligent in checking, you know, what is your kid doing, and to keep up with those things that your kid is into, to ask, hey, show me what you're doing online, so that you're not, it's not an inquisition, but that you're interested in their world, because it is a part of their world.
Okay. Hey, well, these are just a few of the items for dealing with technology. We want to make sure that we're raising up godly families that
That's right.
interact well with each other. And so we hope these tips about technology and raising healthy kids will help. See you next time.